at all that is going to get us in trouble, like saying fuck flow. Don't say any of that. All
Don't
right.
say
All
that.
right, guys.
Why do you keep saying
What
that?
is up, guys? Wallow J here, and I'm here with my co-host Miguelino. Miguelino, say what's popping to the peoples.
Popping to the peoples. What's up?
Joining us from the West Coast, I guess he finally made it. Our other co-host, Egg, say what's up to the peoples.
What's up to the people from the West Coast, yo?
West Coast.
Whoa.
And joining us, the newest member of the Savannah Bananas. He is a dream, the dream, Stephen Aiken. Dream, say hello to the peoples.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, boy. You had a pretty, cool weekend
Thursday.
outing. Yeah, it was Thursday. Okay,
It was a cool Thursday.
A cool Thursday at the Bananas. You know,
Yeah.
we caught the action that you posted out there for for the folks to see. I'm gonna share it here with the peoples. Let me hit that button and look at Steven. Yeah, boy.
Nervous as fuck.
He was
What is it?
about to
Oberst.
What is
Oberst.
Oberst?
19. That's okay. That's my homie, Danny Oberst, Danny Bananas.
Okay.
He's a player for the team. He's also a blue belt at 10th Planet Savannah. Just a homie that's connected through jiu-jitsu and stuff. And, love of baseball. Wanted to go out there, offered us a opportunity to come to the game, man. So thanks so much to him, Danny Oberst. So cop the jersey. Had to be official on this thing.
So walk us through here. What's going on here?
All right, so that's it. You see it, like I don't even know.
You're humping the ground, bro.
No. See, look, okay, that's your interpretation of the situation, right? You see what you want to see when you out there, right? What that is the peak of fatherhood athleticism in Savannah on Thursday, right there. And maybe all time. Like if they lined up all the ones that was ever won, I might be him. I could possibly be that dude.
He is
You know
him.
what I'm saying?
This is what
was happening.
Up my age looks like.
What was happening is that we were sitting there, before the game. We got in. My illustrious wife, as she always does, bum rushed some children, threw some people out of the way, and made sure we got up front and got the seats. Because it's kind of like open seating there at the Bananas games. There's no like, there's some reserve seatings, I guess, but like once you get most of the people's tickets, you just kind of get in where you fit in. And so yeah, she knocked over a couple of grandmas and did what she's got to do to get us up close into the front. So we were sitting there, was having a little margarita, waiting for the game to get started. Why don't do that? It's a beautiful story. It's lovely. It's a little rainstorm that had just came through, so it's not so hot. There's a little 86 or so.
Oh, that's awful.
And my guy, the Mandalorian, came up and was like, "Hey, would you like to be a part of the show?" And I absolutely. Like there was no further information needed. Like they could have been bringing me out there to like walk on fire or like jump over a pit of like rotten bananas. I didn't know, and I didn't really care either. I was like, this is a dream come true to come out here, and do this thing. And he's like, all right, cool, we'll come and get you. This is what you'll be doing. This will be like a dad, we're the dad bod cheer squad, which is one of their, they have like the banana nanas and the dad bod cheer squad or whatever. And you're doing the dad bod cheer squad or whatever it is, dance off. And I was like, oh, well, that is the like one thing that I was really hoping that I was not going to be doing was like dancing, unless there was like some easy choreography that I could follow. But they were like, no, this is like you get your time. You're gonna go freestyle. What we're gonna do, bring you out here in front of the pitcher's mound, you and the other dads, and we're just going to tell you to send it. And I was like, oh, well, that's terrifying. Okay. My wife and kids are here, and I ain't no bitch. So I'm about to send it. Whatever it is, I don't even know what I'm going to do. They're like, well, we need one dad to take his shirt off. And I guess there was one dude who had less confidence in himself than I did. So he agreed to take his shirt off to get the pop. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to do a cartwheel. And they're like, you signed the waiver? And I was like, definitely. And they're like, go for it. And that hyped me up. Right. Because when they asked about the waiver, I was like, oh, there's some risk involved in this now. They feel like they don't think I can do a cartwheel. I'm going to at least hit that. And then
A waiver for cartwheel.
listen, I'm a 200-something pound dad that they just pulled out of the crowd who's talking about he's going to come out here and cartwheel. They don't know who I am. You know, they don't really know me in that way. So exactly. But they finna find out at the very least.
Now they know.
Right. First dad, 2 out of 10. 0 level of competition. Like I thought I was bad. I was like, all right, I could literally do what I would do to dance, and I think I could beat that. Second dude came out and he started rolling his hips a little bit, and I was like, oh, that's the one that's gonna win right there. I think he's got it. Like he did some stuff, and then they just like pushed me, and I was just all right. I said cartwheel. Cartwheel was like all right to the front roll, and then I was like a couple sprawls. That's kind of like the order right here. You know, it's the warm-ups. And so I hit them with the warm-ups. I hit them with a cartwheel, a front roll, 2 sprawls, and they loved it. And that they won. That 5,000 people cheered for your boy and elected me, the number 1 dad dancer in the whole city, in the
The
world.
whole world, baby. The whole world.
Banana Nation loved me. And I love them back for that. That was impressive. And it was crazy. We've done stuff. 5,000 people though.
So I heard that they're gonna name a dessert after you. Is that right? Like that, like the Dream Banana Shake or something like that.
Oh, see now I don't want to go all that far. You know, we got to do a lot more work before we can start getting, you know, those kind of like
The
invitations.
banana dream shake.
Yeah, I mean, I like where you're
That's
heading,
good.
and this is, you know, that's one of my biggest fears when I take opportunities.
And
is that
then when you go out
I
in the
might get too
mountains,
big, you know, I might blow up too fast, and things will just get out of control.
bro.
So I'm trying to
Listen.
hold back, you know, and not let everything happen that could happen.
Listen, that's like a perfect move too. Like, you know, a dessert, and then you come out to do the dream shake
No,
and stuff.
see, that ain't it though.
Yeah, what's
That's not the
up?
move though. That's not the move. You got to defend some takedowns to be
Yeah.
successful.
I'm gonna be real with you, my boy. From the angle, I thought you were doing the worm. I was like, my boy's doing his best to do the
See?
worm out there on that turf. That's what I
Oh,
thought.
bro.
was going
Oh,
on.
See?
next time,
Okay.
throw
It
it
was
up.
kind of both. It was kind of both.
So
Yeah.
again, art is for the interpreter, right? And what you saw is what you wanted to see, and I did what I did. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. A win is a win. That's all I'm really
that's
gonna
what I'm
say.
saying.
Is a win is a win. I got to go down there on the field with probably the hottest like team, one of the coolest like things that's going on
Yep.
in the country or the world, maybe even as far as like cool vibes and like, you know, good business practices and the way that they're trying to like do community and so really like it's cool to get in there and see how they were doing a lot of that stuff to steal ideas for when we go back to season 7 of what we're doing with the PGF and things I may be able to use and incorporate to get, you know, a little bit of crowd, you know, involvement with what we're doing, you know, because we really haven't had any of that kind of stuff because we don't have a big crowd in those situations, but we could do more, you know, to get a little bit of that kind of vibe going. I think we do some of that on our own, you know what I mean? But just kind of, you know, seeing it up close and the way that the vibes were. That's really what it's always all about. It's really about the vibes. You could do almost anything and people are gonna, you know, the people who like that will want to do that, especially if you're cool and you're giving out good vibes.
You know, one of the things I'd like to bring
Hold
back.
on, wait. Go.
Okay.
Hey.
Well, because we used to have the bounties, right? And so, you know, we kind of lost that a little bit. I mean, you know, just and what made me think about it even more so was Epic Roll just put out that awesome video of Matt Elkins getting the wrister, you know, the first wrister in PGF history. And I mean, a number of nights over the seasons of PGF, that would have pocketed him at least $250. I mean, there's been a lot of money in bounties for the wrister over the years. And like you're saying, like just a different thing to engage the audience. I think that's one thing we had that was really fun that we kind of let it go. I don't know if we got that one big screen that we had for kind of like, the time limits and stuff like that they added later on in the season. Maybe we could get another one of those just for like bounties, just so we knew what the stakes were. I don't know. I mean, just think about like what you're thinking about, Dream. I mean, just more and more fan engagement. That's something I think we had a lot of fun with that, maybe we can make it work again.
Quick question though, because you said he was the first wrister in PGF history.
Wrister.
Didn't Kevin Primo had one?
No, wrister is a very specific wrist lock. It is the twister wrist lock combo.
See, he's trying, y'all. You trying to make them? He's trying.
No. I was asking because when
season 2
came up. No, hold on.
Yes.
When he first came up, you yourself said no, that's incorrect because Kevin Primo had, the first wrist lock in PGF history.
Wrist
so
lock,
I was just
yes.
trying to, go back to what you had said that it was Kevin Primo and not Matt Elkins. So
he's giving credit to Matt for
statement,
having a wrister, which is a different kind of wrist lock than just the general variety of wrist lock. So he's trying to give credit.
So
Matt
we're separating it. So Kevin Primo has
there's
the
no
first
wrist lock of that. So there's several kind of arm bars, right? You can get 40 different arm bars, and so if you get a shotgun,
nevertheless, it's still an arm bar, right?
And so
it's the first one of that kind.
A few things for differentiation and nuance. One is that my statement I just gave was very accurate. That the wrister itself, the wrist lock out of the twister, has had the highest amount of money offered.
Right?
It is a wrist lock variation. So it is.
Oh, Kevin Primo did have the first one.
Hold on, crazy. I'm getting there. So first, the wrister bounty was the highest bounty we've ever had, because I mean it got up to hundreds of dollars. But when the statement was made that the wrister was the first wrist lock in PGF history, that was incorrect, and Egghead did correct that with the citing of who did the first one ever, because I'm a dirty wrist locker and I pay attention to that, and I'm also walking Egghead Encyclopedia of PGF history. So yes, Kevin Primo has the first wrist lock in season 2 of the PGF, but Matt Elkins had that amazing wrister, the first wrist lock from a twister position in PGF history in PGF World 7. And it was also featured by Epic Roll, that went pretty, fairly viral, I would think, much to Carnal's chagrin, apparently.
Sorry, he didn't even know what it was apparently when it happened. So that's on him.
He just doesn't like to bring it up again.
Carnal, level up, fam.
I just wanted to point out that,
don't hurt me when you see me again.
It is a wrist lock, regardless of the name. So, but anyway, good conversation. Later on, guys. Have a good weekend.
Miggy, what you got?
So, I mean, it's not going to pop as good. But I was going to say, talking about stealing stuff from copying, emulating the success the Bananas have. So, we have super fights at the PGF finale, because you can't do this all the time, where you go banana ball rules, where you got some guys in the front row wearing rash guards and shit too. If a fight or, if a grappling match goes into there, you can help out the guy for your team. Bro, banana ball goes jujitsu. Fuck. You know what I'm saying, dog? Shit.
Kind of like if you're walking into a fight with a fight kit, and they need somebody, be like, yo, you got a fight kit. Come on.
So think about it, right? It's like a battle box jiu-jitsu style, right? You got like each corner, right? So you have on each side, right? You have a team that's says even. So that you got to help your guy, bro. If he gets close, you help your guy, encourage them to go that way, add some excitement to it. I mean, even hell, if there's a dog involved, hey, defend the other dog's honor. Look out for that dog. Shit,
So there's either
the cops involved in.
So there's either strategy, because we can line up, the 4 teams in the 4 corners. And the question is, where could you take the fight to your corner?
Yeah.
Or possibly another variation, we have optional rash guards available for the hoi polloi people that are on the couches, and they get to just call whoever they want. They put on
a variety.
Like
Yeah.
if you're in the couches and the fight goes to the couch, and you got like the guys on top of you, like you can grab them and choke them
Yeah.
out.
Bro, remember
And
Submission
that'd be like
Underground's tag team?
that'd be a win for
No,
your
I'm saying-
team, right?
No, not only that, remember Submission Underground's tag team? Pretty cool concept, but all you had was you had a rope that you'd have to hold on from the cage and reach out. Imagine, right? The rule is as long as you're
WWE.
touching the couch, you can get tagged in. Oh, you just lost. You know how cool that would be, though, right? Like, so you imagine someone's really finding a way to grab that cushion as they're really walking out to the mats. Like, dude, there's so much you could do there.
So the rope is the WWE rule. You have to be holding the rope to for your tag.
That's what I'm
to
saying.
be
Hold the
legal in
couch.
WWE.
But no, Submission
Yeah.
Underground was kind of weird because you're in
Yeah.
the cage, right? So,
So
it's not,
they just
can't
so
go in.
Chase had a huge
But on the
wrestling march.
couch.
So I'm with it to some
hey,
degree.
I'm cool for flying submission attempts off the couch too. Fuck it.
like a springboard onto a flying
Bro,
triangle.
have your teammates just help you.
Okay then. So this can go in line with the idea that I kind of was talking about on the bullpen the other day. The couches are soft play equipment, like at the playgrounds, and they're like kind of bolted to the floor in a way so they won't slide. And so they're live. You can grapple into and on the couches for sure because they're not gonna like move or be like sharp or anything like that. They're gonna be like solid
seriously.
and soft.
Bro, that's the solution to not having a fight pit, having a fight couch instead. You know?
But imagine a suplex onto the couch and you hit your head on the edge or on the
plane, but
arm.
That's why it has to be
Playing
extra
furniture.
soft. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
playing
because
furniture.
like Steve,
We
Steve
gotta-
and
we
I
gotta
got the
change
kids,
him to,
man.
like,
We've
beanbags,
done it
bro.
before, man. We put the edge stuff with all the soft padding on all the edges. Yeah, we can do this. We got stuff for this.
Listen,
We
it's
can
not-
change it
this
for
idea is
beanbags.
terrible. This idea is terrible overall, but
you
there's
gotta
something
think-
there. There's something in all of
Yo,
this.
worst case too, you have a human wall, just people holding like wall mats.
Listen, no, I've been
You can
saying-
shove the guys back
Give
in
me
the
real quick.
center.
Pride referees. If
I
all you
apologize,
young
but
people,
I
all
have a
you
request.
children, the pride referees, they push them back in when they got to the edge of the ropes. There'd be guys like sumo wrestling, kind of pushing them back in so they didn't
One
fall
again.
out.
There you
That's what we need. What up, little egg?
Is that your wife?
go.
Was that little egg?
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Yo, whoa.
All right.
Mert?
Stop
She
you.
seems like a
All right,
tall
now
person.
Go swim in the pool.
No,
That person was tall.
Yeah.
Her. Wallow can't see. What's up, medium egg?
Sorry, guys. Freaking, we're at the pool. I mean, we're at the hotel still, so they're going stir crazy.
Hotel mom.
Yo, no lie. It took me a while to realize that's like a virtual background and not the hotel lobby. I was like, man, that's a nice hotel lobby.
This is
You know how
Brandon's
eggs
house.
be
Do you
doing.
remember this from like Brandon and Lindsay have a podcast now?
2021.
It's a background that every system kind of has. So
It took me forever to realize it, bro.
So listen, there's something to that, and the novelty thing of everything is something. You know, I think the idea is kind of what's driving, you know, the karate combat thing, the CJI thing. It's driving the PGF in a lot of ways with the teams and the league idea being niche. You know, even though we're like pretty heavy and deep into it overall, everybody else hasn't really seen it that way. You know, if they haven't seen it yet somehow. So there's definitely a push, I think, to be more into the, you know, entertainment side of things rather than the who's the best kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think people are kind of over who's number one. Like, that's cool. We all like it. And not the show who's number one, but like the idea
But like
of
the
who's
number
number
one
one.
grappler,
Yeah, like the guy.
I don't have flow. So
Yeah, so it's just like put on a good show. People want to see a good show. They want to see entertaining grapplers doing entertaining things, and
replay value. You want to have it where people can
Right.
either go back a few years down the road or even like, you know, just whether any point in time they can go back and watch it. Like, dude, for me, one big thing I've been trying to find ways to ideation phase is like a fight circus for jiu-jitsu. So kind of along the lines of this whole bananas thing, right? Like that style. Like, I want to find a way to make that, you know, silly matches, right? You know, you're not doing this because, like, you know, again, you're just doing it for entertainment. You're not there to see can a guy our size really take down like 3 teenagers, right? Like 300-pound teen, like, you know, like that kind of size difference, right? Like, you know, there's still something that can be done in this realm of jiu-jitsu, right? Like literally sports entertainment.
I have an idea. I have an idea. And Dream, you might like it. I don't know.
That's
So
scary.
you know how we were talking about, the warning track to get the guys back into the middle, whatever. So we will have a lumberjack match on the warning track. Like if you get to the warning track, we'll have like 6 or 7 grapplers with leather straps. If you get there, wham! They smack you so you get back in there.
You don't need a
Back
leather
in the day,
strap.
bro.
You could just have a jiu-jitsu belt. So it's kind of like going through the gauntlet after promotion. So it's kind of on brand.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those damn belts hurt.
All of them hurt. What are you
Look,
talking
man.
about?
I mean, some of them seem like they're built a little extra.
I ain't
It's
doing
the
that
individual
shit.
behind it. It's the intent of the individual egg that determines the experience you go through when you walk through the gauntlet.
Okay, a different idea. How about a cage match then? Keep everybody in the middle.
I like grappling in the cage.
I guess here's the thing: is like we don't need to jump the shark just yet.
No, not for the
I mean,
PGF. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
no. This is
like
an
something
outside.
else.
This is the sports.
Yeah, these are
entertainment.
just wild ideas.
Yeah, I mean, so
This
right
isn't
now,
necessarily
uh,
PGF like ideas per se overall, but we're just thinking, following the trend of thinking about.
Bro, this is
getting
like
outside the
PGF
box.
after dark. All
Yeah.
these
No,
matches-
this is
all-
tame though. This is
All
just
these matches
No,
happen
no.
afterwards.
You're
Yeah,
talking
right,
about
this
just
is
like
the after
some
show.
random like tournament type of thing. Hey, how can we make a one random tournament kind of saucy and exciting? Maybe people will actually want to watch it online. I mean, because I just want to like separate that from the PGF.
See, that's the thing. Is like the difference. It's like I think we're talking about different stuff though. If we're talking about trying to reach people online, and we're talking about trying to reach people in house. And I think I'm talking about the thing where we're trying to reach people in house a little bit more versus reaching people online, which we could do better or more things like that too. But I think maybe getting to some degree in-house presence would be really, really fun, and I think it would do a lot for the guys and for me as what I do. I would lose my mind, with a bunch of people in there. Y'all thought I was hype before. Y'all get a bunch of people in there. I gotta act out like all kinds of crazy ways. I don't know what. So yeah, let's fill this thing up. Let's get it hype with a bunch of people. And not a bunch of people meaning like we got to go to like UFC type arenas or whatever, but just if there's only a couple hundred people there, let's get it to where they're all like hooting and like hollering and having the best time they've ever had while they were inside that building. That's what I'm trying to talk about.
So you do
those
prefer
exclusive
a bigger
people's
crowd then?
No, but even if we have the 200 people that were there or whatever before, let's get them hyped instead of them just sitting there, and not everybody wasn't just sitting there, but just like the 200 people or whatever that are going to be there, they're on the edge of their seat, they're up, they're clapping, they're yelling, they're, whatever it is, they're hyped to be there. Right. It's not just quiet like a library in between times. In between times, there's somebody out here doing some fucking backflips or some shit. I don't know. Gymnastics,
it's
demo.
all part of it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've had a super fight before. And the reason why I remember this isn't because I got my ass kicked. It's because they had for halftime, they had a luchador show, bro. Like, how crazy is this? Right? And there was a surprise. They just said people, hey, hang around intermission, go stretch your legs and some food, but please hang around. They didn't want to say what it was. And then out of nowhere, bro, this guy comes, he's all like, oh, just screaming. It was a show. People were going crazy. And it had that exact effect you're mentioning. People were excited for the show to go, right? Like, with jujitsu.
Like, that don't have to be on the stream. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't have to be like part of it could be part of the dark side of what's online.
Yes.
It's like, this is for the people who are in-house. When we go to commercial, there's some stuff happening. There's midget races or whatever it is. And
yeah, bro, something. No, and it gets the people there. So even when you're watching the stream, right? Let's say we have 10 people, for example, but they're hooting and hollering, as you say, and it sounds like 30 people are there, 50 people, because they're like, so you can add that effect just by having that. Yeah. And then too, right? What's nice as well is with today's day and age, then you have like a Patreon or some sort of subscription thing where people want to see it, pay a couple bucks a month. Cool. You got to see what you missed out on not being here live. So these even add some
miss the
extra
commercials and you get to see the show.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that, dude. That'd be so nice.
I
mean, I don't know. And it could be
if you want a rowdy crowd, all you need to do.
I don't need not rowdy in the wrong ways,
but
though.
just
engage.
No, I get where you're going.
Yeah,
it's like you need Puerto Rican basketball fans, bro.
And I'm saying this more so not to the people who were there last season or anything like that either. Like y'all weren't like into it, but like for me to
No, exactly.
draw
No.
out more from them because I didn't do that. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
I'm looking at this from a me perspective, what I can do for those people to get them to do that because I think they wanted to sometimes, but I just wasn't sure of how or what or when exactly to start doing those things because we've been such an internet show that I was unused to in-house presence of people that wanted to get hyped up that weren't going to be a part of the show at all.
Yep.
So
I mean, you have competing interests here. If I could just unpack this idea. So one, we have
Always.
kind of the issue we talked about
It's the ADHD.
is that we have, the internet presence, which is kind of our focus right now, versus that some people like ADCC has kind of gone towards like they made it kind of crazy in the last ADCC for the the filling up the stands kind of type of presence with like the crazy drums, the fire and all that stuff. I mean, I to your point, and we got there that like, okay, we still want to keep this kind of tight as far as like the personal presence because we got to focus on the digital to reach more people, but also to your point, can we find a way to get them things exciting between the matches? Now at the same time, because it's kind of interesting there, the issues we have with that is that for the people online, to your point, a lot of times we're doing some commentary, some color commentary, and analyzing and stuff like that. But for the people in the crowd to actually have some fun, could we have like hey, we got a 1 minute like dad bod dance off, or maybe not, maybe just hey, these guys that do the crazy trips, flips and all the crazy stuff like that. Could we do that? Or hey, we got a 1 minute. Hey, takedown. Whoever can get a takedown in this 1 minute, if you can do it,
fun
you
games
get $100.
Like exactly. Yeah.
Or something like that keeps them actually engaged. But to Miggy's point, hey, you don't get to see that on the stream. If you're on the stream, you're just watching the analysts and the color commentary or an interview or something like that. But the people in the background, like Steven's people, they're watching something exciting, something fun. To keep them pepped up. I think there's possibility of doing that. I mean, we should start brainstorming ideas now, and and Steven, you can announce it, but you might have to do like maybe not over the big mic so that we can maintain like an interview and analyst thing. Maybe it's like, hey, you just use the big great voice.
Yeah.
No, that'd be
like
really
pro
fun.
sports,
I think.
Man. Yeah, it's like pro
that'd be
college
really
sports,
cool.
right? Commercial break on the actual stream, right? Or actual event, and then the people there get to have that added thing. Whether the silly things like basketball shows are a great one, or basketball games, right? They do some great shows in between, whether it be like the crazy slam dunks. So like in a jiu-jitsu thing, like Egg said, can this guy take this guy down in this amount of time? Oh, let's have a sprawl competition, or have a shotgun, just something, right? Something
we'll do a 50-50 shootout and go. Boom.
Yeah, no, something crazy, right? Like just something fun there to mix it up, man. And again, right, like Steven's saying too, right? It's what's cool is obviously the fans there, they get that energy, and then too, we benefit because look, when Dream is hot. So if you can do that to keep that boy on fire, everyone's gonna win.
I need it.
Do the competition of with Jake Watson shadow boxing in between. Be like,
no, seriously, man.
He's not ready. But yeah, and also like the DJ last season, adding in that guy who was playing the music and DJing was he was good for me because for most of the nights, I think except for the last night, we were like right beside each other, and so like we were just kind of talking or whatever and different things, and he'd be like, "Oh, you like that one? Cool. Okay, cool. What do you think about like tell me when the like a match is coming up and you think these two dudes are gonna be like really good or whatever, because I'm gonna play some like dope music for that one, and I'll play some other stuff for matches that maybe aren't like as hyped up, but I'll save the really good stuff that I have for when we think the best matches are coming out." And I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, let's definitely like work on that." So I started like highlighting and starring matches on my cards for the DJ to be able to kind of get more or less kind of like hyped up as that was going, so that way I could use that to kind of try to crescendo my stuff with that, so there's definitely like for me a huge like element of the energy that's going on in the room that keeps it going. And I know that we all are pushing so hard and are really hyped up like that. And like, I know what it does for you guys and like Brandon and you know what he says and the athletes are saying about what I'm doing. So that's enough to get it like to the level that it's been. And that's been really, really great. So I just am curious and wondering, you know, what's the next level of that thing, you know, that I'm doing in here with the PGF. What can I do to be better in my job for us, you know, also, and how, you know, and what things can I do to make that work for me without asking necessarily for somebody else to just do something for it. You know what I mean? Like, let's build that energy into the show and it just kind of sustains itself.
Oh, dude, I'm seeing like we're gonna do a push-up competition. On one side we have David Evers, on the other side whoever thinks they got a shot. And the answer is none y'all got a shot at doing
He's
more
gotta lock
push-ups
them
than
out
David
though.
Evers.
Hey, are you as handsome as Kevin Sherrill? And we'll side them side by side.
Do a little
Something.
blue steel pose off, little catwalk action. Maybe throw hey, we'll throw out the elbow genie Jonathan Roberts, throw him a white belt. How many arm bars can he get in 1 minute? Over under 8.
Yeah, no, seriously,
You know,
no, something like that, dude. Just fun games, man.
Just yeah. We'll just brainstorm. And that could be really, really fun. I mean, you know, that'd be amazing. I mean, I'll actually kind of be grumpy a little bit because not that I'm not always grumpy, but because like, you know, I'll probably be talking with like Brandon and TJ or we'll be watching interview which is always awesome to be like, you know, out there having fun, like, you know, with this exhibition. I'll have to like get the Patreon so I can get all the cool stuff from behind. We'll watch that after the bullpen that we do every night after we're done with the night.
I mean,
Bring some to it.
we're going to turn it into a circus at this point.
No, because that's not
just keep it
No,
going.
I'm
Just keep it
talking
going.
like in between the fights, between the matches.
So, bro, it happens in pro sports. Like, look at the Atlanta Braves. They're really famous for, what do they call that? The racing they do, Steven? You know, the guy
freeze.
from, what was it? Yeah, the freeze, right? How they have that at the Braves game. They get like a fan or select some fans, and you got to race the freeze. You get a big head start because this dude can run,
kinda.
right? He wins most of the time. But it's still
Whatever.
something that people go to the game for. It's, you know, it's just an added experience to it to keep the crowd involved.
Whatever we do, let's not let Jake Watson throw any T-shirts into the crowd or fire them into the crowd. Okay.
What happened?
He's a little too accurate, huh? He's a little bit on the nose. Really.
Yeah, that was a
yeah,
little
he hit
incident.
somebody,
Yeah.
Poor Jake.
I was just making fun of him. That's all. But what the hell is all that sound? Is that your people?
He's at the pool. He's at the pool, bro.
Okay.
He's chilling like a
background.
villain.
You just gotta
It's
mute.
like, hey,
him.
y'all,
He's
at
like,
the public
everyone,
pool, shut up. Listen, when is the next time you're going to do anything with the bananas? Is it, have you set something up? Or?
No. This was like a family thing we did, and you know, Danny hooked us up with some tickets, and like it truly, like, really was just like a random choice that the guy picked me. You know, he was like, oh, you know, once he found out that I knew Danny and stuff like that, he was just like, oh crap, okay, well that's cool. You know, I you know, that makes it even better in that way. So it was really just like a totally random thing that I'll ever do anything with him again. I have no.
Hey, I don't know. Look,
No
I'll say this,
idea.
bro. Last week you did say, he's like, man, I hope I could do something out there. I hope they pick me. You straight up said that.
I did,
right?
man.
You
I
manifested this little bit, man.
I
Hey,
did.
I'm saying
I like
hopefully
being
things-
part of the show, man.
you know?
I do. I really do. And I've known that for a long time. So I don't know. There's something to that. You know, like I said, I walked out there and I was scared, dude. I'm not going to front. I don't dance. The hell? But like the dude said, there's 5,000 people here. This place is sold out. And they were all looking at me. So I had to do something. You know what I'm saying? And it was enough, you know, and whatever it was, I was just gonna make sure that I tried to get them hyped. Even if I failed, you know, at whatever the other thing was, I was going be
Bro,
hyped doing
man,
it. You know what I'm saying?
bro. Here's the thing, man. So like speaking about this, man, this is just part of the experience of going to those games, right? Just and again, I'm trying to toot your horn because I love hyping you, dog. So big
Hey,
things too,
don't be
man.
tooting
Think about
his
it, too.
horn, man.
People travel just to go to this game. So think about it this way too. People travel from all over just to go here, and guess what? You got to make that night more memorable, bro. So shout outs to you, big dog.
No, for sure. And people came up to me downstairs and were like, "Oh man, that was so good," or like it's so funny, or whatever
Hell
the thing
yeah,
was.
man.
And I was just like, it's just crazy, man. And like I don't know, it was just fun, and that's really
Yeah.
what it's about. And I think that's what I was saying, here with what we were talking about in some ways, like what I felt as part of that, I think other people do with us, and they definitely, like you said, Miggy, with like baseball and with football and with basketball, they do the half court shots or just something, because during that dead time, that is something on the TV. The stadium can't be dead. There can't be nothing going on, or everybody will leave, or they'll like get bored and won't, there's just like you don't want that downtime for the energy. And I
Yep.
think we have that a lot with what we're doing, because we didn't ever have an in-house audience until this past season. So we never really considered them, because they were just other athletes or their friends or coaches from home kind of that were there in this like
The crowd.
church or whatever. Yeah. So this was the first time we had a crowd, and I think having this experience for me was just a fun thing, like I said, for the family and stuff mostly, but it gave me a good up close like look at what I think this is too.
Yep.
What the PGF is, even though it's athletes, driven, and we're looking at trying to get them taken care of, which I think is another part of this, right? These guys, um, they're not in the major leagues. They're not on MLB teams. Some of them may have been before. A lot of them wanted to be, and made college and different things like that, and for various reasons didn't get to there and be able to sustain. But they're so happy to be playing still. They're so happy to have the opportunity, and the fact that people are there cheering for them, and they want their autographs, and that they're so gracious about it. And I'm sure and I know that that's part of the training that they have with their uh banana nation, or whatever the onboarding is with their company. And I think that, again, that's something we've talked about too with some of the athletes and things like that for the PGF. And not everybody's going to be that guy, but for the ones that want to be that person, being an ambassador of some sort is on the table, because people want that. People want to be noticed, and they want you to shake their hand, and they want to take a picture with you, and they want you to sign something, even if it's insignificant to you and you don't think you're that important necessarily. That kid or that person who's there, like on a trip with their kids or whatever, that memory is something that's really special for them. And so like we have that, dude. We totally have that with the PGF and what we're doing. And so we can capture some of that. And we don't have to be the three ring circus, and we don't have to bring out all the crazy stuff or whatever, but there can be a bit of a fan friendly, fan driven type more thing that we're doing. And like you said, we do it online. We've had a huge online version of it that kind of backed off a little bit, and we can definitely do more with that. And I like some of your ideas. I want to talk about that a little more when we get off air too, because you said a couple of things earlier that really like stuck in my head too. I think that there's stuff we could do with that'll help push us to that level, and we can definitely what the hell?
That was
You
spam,
got
bro.
you got tricked.
Yep.
He got
Oh, yeah,
tricked.
he's good, man. Sorry, I took it off quick.
Sorry. But either way, we could definitely do some stuff like that to get engagement with the
100%,
people.
bro.
And then, we don't have to be a 10,000 seat stadium. We don't have to be the 100,000 seats. We don't have to be all that. We could be a tight venue that is smaller in number, but that has that same
It's gonna sound like it's
energy.
bad,
Yeah,
Yep.
and it feels right. And that's what
Yep.
it's about. Like everybody's involved, no matter who it is. And it doesn't mean you're involved necessarily like with what's going on with production or anything, but you're involved in the show as far as your energy is being projected to everybody that's there.
So if I could just quickly, two things, and one of this is my fault, because and Brandon and TJ do a much better job of this. Is when we're talking between matches, they do a much better job of projecting so that the crowd can hear them. Whereas I'm always worried. I mean, Steven, we're big guys, and Miggy, I how all four of us are big guys. I mean, people don't believe this, but we are. Um, well,
Bro, you're swole.
you're a big personality, Wallow. You're a big personality. Small in stature, big personality. But anyways, here's the thing. I, I'm always worried about being too much. I mean, if I let my big egghead voice come out, it can be overpowering, believe it or not. Kind of like when you're worried about like trying to wrench, close something on a faucet or open it, and you're like, oh, is it really tight, or oh shit, I just broke it, because we can do that. And so that's kind of my concern always when I'm on the mics. Like, I don't want to blow it out, because
It's very relatable, Egg.
yeah. So my point is this, and you kind of like talked about the kind of like understanding where our focus is. Perhaps for most of the times between matches, maybe, and we're getting a new audio person. Right? We're going to do focus on some audio this season. So if we do a better job of like taking the commentary analyst and interview mics and piping it to the crowd so they can hear it, that will keep them engaged. And then because we have 3 blocks a night, right? So for 3 blocks means, for the people that might be a little bit new, of these 3 blocks, we have 2 team matches. So all 4 teams will face off against each other. So like A and B and C and D will face each other, and then we do another, mix it up a little bit, and we do another. So maybe between each team kind of duel, if you will, of each block, maybe that's when we have kind of like the showcase, kind of like, hey, as we're getting the new people ready, the new team set up, okay, we're gonna have like a 2-minute, what have you, takedown match, how many arm bars, however many, so it doesn't become like a full on insanity circus, but hey, we kind of look forward to it. Between each little team duel, we got a little something, little excitement, little like as we reset type of thing. I think that that becomes manageable. It becomes something you can expect, you can look forward to. Yeah, I think it's repeatable. I think that might be the way. I want to say over because I've been talking on walkie-talkies as I've driven cross country, so I'm used to freaking saying over every damn time I'm done talking. Over.
Hey, I just thought about something, and I just put it in the chat for you guys too. And I don't know that this is a thing, and I'm afraid I don't even know if I want to say it out loud because this might be some shit we can make some money off of.
Do it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm with you to save it for behind the scenes discussion. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm on the same page as you, man.
Maybe sponsor some insiders.
Wallow,
yeah,
what's the next topic?
No, I mean it is on brand kind of what we're doing. It's jujitsu. It's jujitsu related.
But no,
but no. But like, I think there's we can expand is what I'm saying. So I would like to
tight on this one for a second. That's a good idea.
Say the general idea is good, but I think that there's something similar to that, or things that are similar to that we could use.
Yep.
So there's, oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and that can be part of it. That could be like, again, I think I'm just talking about. I think the format for this kind of exhibitionist stuff is 1 per block. It makes sense between the 2 team duels. There's kind of a natural pause, reset, refit. Maybe during that time, analysts, the commentators can talk about where teams are at, where people are in the standings, and while we're kind of doing that recap, maybe doing some like stuff on some graphics. Okay, the people in the crowd are seeing some crazy stuff happening, and so they're staying hyped up, even more getting hyped up. And that, again, it becomes a natural pause. I think that's the rhythm of it, and that's what you want, right? Because everything's all about rhythm, and so there's a nice place there, I believe. So, anyways, pardon me, gotta answer a phone call.
Yeah. He's just like, hey, hold on, I got something going on. I'm not on a podcast, so I'm just gonna take this call. But before we continue, I just want to say to Change loves you. Hey, thank you. We appreciate it. We know we need viewers. Just stay online. Just hang with us. I appreciate you spamming us with trying to get more viewers, but you know, you're here. It's cool.
We don't want cheap viewers. We want expensive ass ones. We want viewers with money.
I want them viewers that buy that gluten-free bread because they can afford it, not because they need it.
I don't want people that don't gotta. Yeah, no, thank you.
We did have like a segment that we were gonna try to do.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's run it.
We still don't know how we're gonna do it moving forward, but it's basically we find some clips online and we think that are funny, and then we talk about them. We have a few. We saw the first one, which was Stephen Aiken's, you know, the dream at the bananas. That was really
Epic
cool.
performance.
That's right, with the cartwheel, the roll, and the humping up the ground. It was really
Sprawls.
awesome.
It was sprawls. Very technical grappling exhibition that went on in front of those fans, and they loved it. They absolutely went crazy
They
for it,
ate it up.
bro. You could see it. You could hear it. BBL
All right.
Drizzy.
Let's go into the first one. Let me show you guys, and we're gonna leave the volume off just so we can talk about this. But here's listen. Every guy needs a chick like this. Basically, the guy's getting pulled over by the cops, and here we go. And he's like, "Oh, my stash, babe, got it. Get my drugs. Cops trying to take them from me." She looking, she got it. Boom. Thoughts. Because I thought it was fucking cool.
That's a ride or die.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
if there was ever a definition of a ride or die, that is it.
You know, I was just curious where they're gonna get the charging stations for the Cybertrucks down there. Like how will they get the electricity to them in that situation? You know what I mean? It just seems like they wouldn't really have the infrastructure for that.
I was just thinking about like aiding and abetting obstruction of justice. I mean, since they decided to put the video online, that just becomes really handy if I want to charge
the internet.
them.
It's clearly fake. It's the internet, you know? Like they're just showing you how to do it if you were to do it. Like,
Show it again. Show it again.
Oh, so now we have soliciting. So now they're soliciting others to commit crimes.
I don't even know what that means. I thought that was when you're trying to sell stuff to people.
Stuff.
It's like no soliciting. That's like a sign that they have. See, where they gonna put the Cybertrucks at? How they gonna plug them in?
I don't think that was a Cybertruck to begin with, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you definitely don't get it. That's hilarious, though. It's right there in the thing.
The copy pasta in the caption. Yeah. I was like, where the hell is Dream getting this from?
I'm like,
bro,
what kind of shit is he on?
Yo. Bro, I was like, man. I'm like, he was not lying.
That made it even better that I didn't notice it.
Right, bro? I was like, damn, he really did have commentary. What the fuck?
I'm a pro, bro. What y'all talking about? Y'all see me out there. Y'all see me do this.
Yo, we lost him.
Seen my movies? Come on. Come on, Wallow. Get out here and get you some with the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. That's right.
And
the Bret Hart of this shit. Excellence of execution.
Oh man.
Listen, I'm still hyped. I'm not even going front.
Hey, dog,
I'm ready to do some stuff. If you got some stuff you want done, I'll do it right now. Call me.
1-800-DREAM. Or sorry, 1-800-THE-DREAM.
That's literally how it goes.
That
That's the numbers. Call it. See what it
All
says.
right. So let me show you the next clip.
281-330-8004.
Let's see. No, that's
Who?
Stevens.
The Dream.
All right.
I mean, all I know is 867-5309.
All right. So this one I have to share the volume on it because it's what he says. That was kind of cool. I thought he was funny as fuck.
Your rivalry with Conor was one of the best in the MMA. So much bad blood. When you look back on it, do you think that you two elevated each other?
100%.
Are y'all good now?
I think he's cool, but fuck him.
Hey, I'll be back 1 minute.
All right.
I think that's fair.
Oh man, bro, listen, that's so on brand. That dude is always the same dude. It's like you.
Yeah, he's about that
It's
life.
like, well, what were you expecting for him to feel like? Oh yeah, we're homies. Nah, fuck him.
Well, it was nice to still, in that moment, is like he does. You could see that he kind of,
Respects him a little bit, yeah.
well, he understands what that did for him, what
Yeah.
those fights did for him, and he was there for half of it too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What Connor did for him, he equally kind of did in that way, pushing those fights. If he wouldn't have beat him, it would have helped Connor a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that he did. But he recognizes the money that he made and the things that fight like did for his career. So that was cool to see that he wanted to give that little bit of respect, but in his own way, he kept it real. And that's just how it is. Like you can respect somebody and be grateful for the interactions that you have with them or whatever it is, but also just
But fuck him for sure.
Yeah,
don't
fuck
need
it.
it. You know what I'm saying? It's not my people. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It
yeah,
is what it
yeah.
is.
Bro,
So-
I can relate to that.
What's up, Kai?
Yeah, I can relate to that so easy. It's like I don't want anybody to be harmed or whatever, but if it happens, I really don't feel any different because they're not my people. Like, for example, if something happened to you all, then yeah, I'd be upset. But like you said,
Straight
fuck
up.
him.
Straight
Straight up. He ain't my peeps. A guy that is definitely our peeps is Kai Johnson. Stop.
What's up, brah?
What is he sniffing right there? Is that like a
Bread, bro.
Subway
Bread.
sandwich? Or is that fresh
What's that
bread?
bread?
No, that's the bread eater. That's the bread eater. The video that Brandon put out.
Oh, that's specifically for the bread eater thing. Okay, gotcha. I was always wondering what that was.
All right, so let's go to our next
Our
clip.
next one.
Let's see, where is it at? And share. And this is context. Apparently, this dude challenged his opponent, who's an MMA fighter. This guy's a YouTuber, and this is how their fight went.
You got the volume. Yo, turn off the volume. Turn off the volume. Turn off the volume.
It's still going. Oh no! I
So
think that's when keeping it real goes wrong, right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, so-
go ahead, Miggy.
Yeah, so like the guy taps. So, bro, think about it this way, right? Right now, you get paid 10 grand to win your Division ADCC. You can go to CJI, and the moment your match starts, you're like, I'm out, dog. You can just tap
I got
out
10 G's, bro.
10,001, baby.
I mean, that's immediately what I thought was that like this guy had some sort of bet, or like, okay, man, I will
something.
pay you X
Oh,
amount of money,
100%
or
something.
I'll
So
bet
what
you so much money you won't have a match against me.
That's what I understood. That the guy basically said, "I'll get in there with you," but he made no mention of "I'll beat you." But he said, "I'll get in there with you. I'm not scared." He got the challenge going, and as soon as the match started, he tapped. He was in there.
The match started.
The
Yeah.
match
So here's the
started.
other thing. Even if you wanted to fight that in court, so here's the thing. It's like so many times when people talk about doing posts on social media, where they say like, "Hey, you know what? Here's an idea. Have a misspelling, or do something that irks people, that makes them like correct you." All it does is get more interaction, get more shares, etc. So even if
You mean
this guy got
chairs like
minimal
sitting
amount of
doing
money from that-
chairs, or chairs like resharing?
Like the
it
singer. Like the singer. Do you believe in life after love? Like that share.
Yes,
We're just
auto-tune
doing
share.
exactly. Bro, listen, we're doing what you just said that people were doing, misspelling, saying something else. We're just,
No,
giving
no,
an example.
exactly. So I
Continue.
mean, so, but that dude, even if he got like, even if the guy MMA fighter he went against like refused to pay him, perhaps, and good luck going to a small claims court for that stuff. Here's the point: he just got
That's in
great
like Eastern
content.
European country.
that
He ain't getting shit in court.
Well, there we go. So even if people are just clowning on him, they're still interacting. They're still getting views. They're still getting clicks. They're still getting shares. And so he just made a lot of money off of acting like a fool, which is like, I don't know, like 3/4 of YouTubers, etc.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of
pretty
stuff that gets you
much.
shot.
Whoa, listen, let's not talk about getting shot. You know,
Sorry.
crazy times.
I
There's
can't
been
hear you. What'd you
crazy
say?
things going on, like people doing these like YouTube pranks, these like online guys
Oh
or whatever. They're
man.
going, oh, it's just a prank. It's just a prank. It's like you had a person that was telling you things several times that they're not the one that's asking for this kind of prank. Don't play with me, and you kept on and on and on. It's not a prank anymore. Some of those things, and in this situation, I don't know the context behind it. This dude, whatever it was, he got in there with this dude who looked like an average guy himself, even though he fights. Whatever it is. And he tapped out immediately. This stuff happens every weekend somewhere here in America, in the South, in Georgia and Florida. Some dude shows up, they weigh in, even they do the weigh-ins, and they don't show up the next day to fight because they realize now they actually got to do what they said they were going to do, and they leave the other guys, without opportunity to do whatever it is because they weren't ever ready. Yeah, man, you know how we do it.
Shout out to the Daily Triangle in the comments who noticed
Big dog
Steven,
Josh.
rocking that bananas jersey. Shout out to the Savannah Bananas, bro. They're funny as fuck.
Dude,
the
best time
bananas.
I've had in a
Yeah.
while, for sure.
Like I don't watch baseball, but when I see that the Bananas are on ESPN, I definitely sit down and watch.
I like baseball, and I also really had a good time. That's it at the show, being involved, all those things like that made it much more special than it would have been, and otherwise. So definitely, it is something different for sure.
Go Sox. But talk about
White
this.
Sox.
Wait, how are you a Sox fan when you're from
Chicago.
fucking New Orleans?
Mom's side's on New Orleans. I was raised in Kansas. Went to one of my schools in Boston for a little bit. Yeah, that's where I met one wife. I didn't have a baseball team before then, really. So I lived like freaking 4 blocks from damn Fenway. I would hear the crowd before you see it on TV. I was there for 1 year before the win in 2004. So I had the bad beat to Brett Boone in the Yankees in 2003. So I at least had one bad beat under my belt. I went to Kenmore Square when we won and swept in 2004, where all the brooms in Boston were burnt because we swept the Cardinals.
Tell them something else.
2007 in Colorado and Denver at the games when we won.
Let's go.
In 4 games against the Rockies, and my wife's family, we're in Rockies gear. My wife and I were in Sox gear. Yeah,
because that's what they do. Because they wear Sox gear. He's been real.
So, yeah, go Sox.
Go Sox.
Hey,
this good egg hunting out here. Who you talking to? Who you talking to? He's been there.
How about that? Fuck the Sox.
He's been on the Green Monster. He took him to
paints
High
all
City
green in his
and
house.
wore his Red Sox gear in a hostile environment.
Yeah, go do that in Oakland.
What's up? Where they at?
Oakland?
They ain't nobody going to the games in Oakland. They trying to send them to Vegas.
Yep.
I mean, are they even in Oakland anymore? I mean, aren't all Oakland teams in Vegas now?
They're sad. They want the team to stay.
Probably,
yeah. They don't spend money. Anyway, whatever. That's another topic. We're not that kind of podcast, but
he's like, so fuck them.
Listen, no, it's just true. It's just that there's certain teams that are you're a farm team for other teams because you don't want to spend the money for stars.
Yep.
So once they get good enough, they don't want to pay them. They get good. They use them while they're young and cheap, and then when they contract gets to the next level where they're superstar level, they don't want to pay them.
To the Yankees.
They let them go on to greener pastures, and you can feel how you feel about it. It is what it is. It sucks for the Oakland fans though, because every time you get some guy that's going to be elite, he's going to be with the Braves soon.
Nah, they go to the Yankees, bro.
We got Matt Olson, Sean Murphy in the last couple of years for sure. 2 of our
Jason Giambi,
bigger dudes.
That dude was living through science, launching
money ball.
Yeah, he was launching balls into the atmosphere, bro. his home runs were so fucking.
Hey, PGF is sports and jiu-jitsu. So that's why we're here, because we like sports.
Fuck yeah, that's what's up. I got one more clip for y'all. Would you
Uh-oh.
all fight? Would you all fight this dude?
Oh shit.
Oof.
Oh shit.
Bro, you're looking kind of nice, bro. Look at that. That's
Yeet.
bro. That
Is he one of the
that looks like-
Usos?
yeah, I think that's what's his name? Joe.
Joe Uso? Oh shit. See, look at that.
Oh,
Look at that. Everybody
man,
likes
that's
that's a
a
push up.
prime
You know
peak
what I'm saying?
performance, bro, on his
Knuckle,
knuckles, bro.
knuckle ups in the gravel
Whoa,
to the
to the
oh,
split.
that dude's a junkyard legend right there. You show up in a junkyard, there's some cars like squared off into some kind of fighting pit. He will whoop your ass.
Look at that.
For sure.
Yo, dude, the Michelin
Bro,
man, his
Great.
That's
day.
Samoa Joe.
there you go.
You know Samoa Joe, bro.
That's the crow cop of the trailer park, son.
Yeah. Bro, the Michelin man been awfully quiet since that video came out.
Great. He don't want no smoke.
Hold on, Miggy. Hold on.
Hey.
Broke up off the trailer park. Oh my god.
Listen, man, you seen those videos back to you seen the kids hitting tires with baseball bats to build up their strength? This dude's kicking semi tires to build his leg strength. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. I don't want to get kicked by that guy. I'm gonna front roll and cartwheel out of his way.
You're gonna hump the floor out of his way.
I'm gonna sprawl under that and
There
then
you go. Right up to the takedown.
I'm gonna run.
There you
I'm gonna get
Hey,
some
man,
distance.
listen.
No, it's gonna
On
take him
the-
down, and you're gonna ground and pound, or you're gonna break him. You know,
Ooh.
because
Maybe he'll try to get me
what is
with
the
that
ocean?
safe
The
rap.
ground's the ocean, and I'm a shark.
And I can
Right?
On the
I can
real, I mean, he
try to
he
pull me
looked like
down
he
with the
had
safe
pretty
rap.
good
No,
technique, man.
ground and pound that fool. Yeah, I don't want to get look if he even if he don't kick you flush, if his leg is swinging around and it lands into your body, like I think people don't
gonna hurt.
understand how much like that really hurts and like knocks you off balance. And they like me, my body size, even if my kicks aren't like my best kick, just the mass flying through the air and landing
Yeah.
into somebody is a lot to handle just by itself. And then when somebody knows how to do it well, then you add on, you know, so many X, you know, of the power on there. So like that dude's easily 275. I'm gonna say 250 on a light day, you know, when he hadn't had a full meal. He fasted on Sundays, you know what I'm saying? He likes to do that. It's good for his, you know, for his like overall health. It's good for him to not
His
get
cardio,
sick. His,
too.
his, you know,
Maybe,
he doesn't get as
but
many
did we
colds
see
and
how
things
tall
by
he was?
fasting. He's 5'8", 275.
That's a little generous, probably. Let's
Bro,
let's pull that video again. Let's pull that video. I gotta see it next to the tires real quick. I gotta see it by the tires
Hold on.
again real
Let me-
quick.
Let me share it again.
Give this
Hold
fair
on.
assessment before
This
I,
dude's
open my mouth on this
250
thing.
pounds of twisted steel.
All right, let's see this man.
Bam.
He's
Mm.
yeah. I can see 5'8". I can
Mm.
see that. All right, yeah.
That
Try
guy.
that, bro. Look, he knows how to do the whole hands thing, man.
Look at that, how
Look.
it bends that tire when he kicks that tire, though. Like,
Bro,
I want to see
he's
the
not
tread
doing
on that
push-ups. He's
tire.
moving the earth right now, man.
Like, that's
Bro,
what's killing
splits.
me right there. Like, I
I
could do
don't
almost
know, man. I
everything.
mean, he seems pretty awesome, but if
Oh,
a couple
shit.
laps around him, tire him out a little bit, maybe give him a heart attack.
Look, I don't
Be
know,
all right.
man. For all I know, a tire's gonna appear out of nowhere. He's gonna get in the tire and start rolling up to you, bro. Think about it. Doing that shit. He's not gonna get sick. He's the tire man, dude. He's goated.
That dude works at least 12 or 14 hours a day and then does that shit in his free time.
Bro, now he works at Firestone, so on his break he can get his training in, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's what
Bro,
do it.
I was gonna say something similar, but without the Firestone.
Oh, there you go.
That dude.
Listen, I was impressed, to be honest
Me
with you.
too,
When I
man.
saw it, I'm like, look at this motherfucker just
Look, go kick a tire and tell me what it feels like.
No, and then do a split
Yeah.
for no reason at all, man.
That is the reason, though. Just doing
That's why I was
that's
like,
the
yo.
reason. Like the split itself. That's the only reason you need.
Bro, the reason is that he was
That's such a
being
powerful
videoed.
flex.
Yeah, it is.
How many of
actually.
us can do a split? Raise your hand. So, well, that's such a powerful flex, man. I'm telling you right there, immediately. He's the man in this room. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, I mean, again, impressed by the dude. would definitely not want to fight him.
I just want to see what his cartwheel front roll combos are like. That's all I'm.
Oh,
That's all
dude.
I'm really curious about.
I don't think
wa-
it's gonna
I
be good
wanna
as
see-
you, man. You know?
I want to see if he's got some sprawls.
Mhm. Listen, have
Anyway.
you ever been trying to take me down? Ask Matt. Tell him what the sprawls is like.
Nah, dog. Nah. I ain't fucking doing that.
I'm gonna drop the whole earth on you, son. I'm the Shakira of South Georgia. Them hips don't lie.
You should have done that at the bananas. You're like,
See, that's what I'm saying. The guy before me did that. When he did that, I was like, I can't run the hip roll. I was gonna hit him with the hip circles. That was one of the warm-ups that I had in mind was the hip circles. You know what I'm saying? But then
Yeah,
the dude
bro.
before me hit it, and he hit it pretty well too. And I was like, oh, I can't do that. Like, not
Well,
like
you
that.
could have ended with it though. It's like, okay, I got all this, and I can do some of that Shakira stuff.
So one of the things I learned is you don't have to be the best if you're the first.
There you go.
So I want to
There
be
you
the
go.
first
First
one to do
mover
the stuff,
advantage. Got
right?
it.
I'm gonna hit them with some stuff they didn't expect, and then everybody else was shocked, and they're like, I did not expect that either. And the guy after me was the shirt off guy, so I knew all he had was the shirt off move. He was gonna take his shirt off. He was gonna do the like riding the flossy horse thing or whatever people do when they put their shirt off or whatever. And I was like, I mean, me cartwheeling. That alone, probably, to the people who don't know me are gonna look like, oh my God, that's crazy. People all the time don't think I can do it. Listen, do you know how often I beat 10-year-olds in a foot race? Like, I have to do this very often in my life. They challenge, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna dust you for at least like maybe 30 or 40 yards. Past that, you may have me. But listen, if we run a short foot race and a sprint, 10-year-olds around the world, I got y'all. You don't want this. Y'all get it about 12 or 13. I don't know.
They don't want that smoke either.
I'm gonna try.
That's the funny thing. Is like I found when you get to the like 7th and 8th graders, I'm okay at the very beginning, but a lot of them are really freaking quick bursts. But if you get the long legs going, get the long strides,
That's
you
what it is.
you can give me the 100 yards. I can win that. If you give me the long, if I get my long strides going.
See, 100 is a bit of a long distance, though. Like, that's the thing, is like that starts tapping into a different kind of reservoir.
Egg, with your bad knees, you shouldn't be running at all.
Yes, agreed.
Listen,
I don't do any
we're not
field
supposed to be
sports
doing,
anymore. But I'm just saying, like, I can run in a straight line. The problem, all my field sports injuries and my knee injuries are from cutting. But at some point, I know we're getting over an hour here. I noticed that we're 34 days away from something kind of epic or ex-martialist or however you want to say it, of sponsor-ish for the PGF World 7. What could that be?
I don't know, because PGF is in November, so I'm not really.
talking about the August 24th PGF Season 7 qualifier in Austin, Texas, where you can enter for your shot to join the real ones that do the PGF seasons. If you think you got what it takes, show up to one of these qualifiers and win it, and then they can't deny you. Show
What if
up
they don't
and
win
show
it,
out,
but they show up?
then we may get you in there if you're cool and we like you
You
and
never
we
know.
think you got good stuff. But if you don't win, there's no guarantees. So you got to go out here and you got to put on for your city. It is 205 pounds. You got to make the weight. But if you can make the weight one time, all you got to do is one time, baby. For the whole
That's it.
season, you're in. So
Yo,
suffer and then be part of greatness. That's going to be season 7. You
Yo,
know?
how cool would it be when Egg goes out to the qualifier in Vegas and he comes out with like sunglasses and be like, "Yeah,
The cream.
I'm
rises
in
to the top.
yo city."
yo,
All right, so I have that calendar on my phone as well. I have 69 days until my qualifier in Vegas.
there you
I'm
go.
sorry, how many?
Yo,
I know that because I
How many days?
69
Our
days.
children.
Nice.
49.
69.
Listen, I literally just
yeah.
had to have a talk with
So-
my 9-year-old about this. Y'all don't do it.
Yo,
so
it might have been stated.
much to Steven's point. I mean, here's the thing: the word is out. The PGF World is no longer, a secret. The competitors know. Brands know. The hoi polloi of submission grappling about PGF World. All right, the $100,000 to the winning team and the $20,000 to the winner of the postseason tournament. That is legit. That is something that people have seen paid out. That's what they, it is attracting top talent. And so we know now that, okay, like last season, expect most of those 20 seats at the table of PGF World 7 to be given out by the commish. Because guess what? He's everywhere. He is the voice of basically every major competition in submission grappling. So he sees all the top talent. He decides what he likes, what's exciting, what's going to make the fans, pumped, and he invites them. But we know that he reserves at least 3 positions, 3 spots of the top 20 for the winner of these 3 qualifiers. And guess what? You don't get to pay to enter. It's free. So put on your big boy britches and show up to a damn qualifier if you can make 205 pounds and show out, as they say, because it's about who's the most exciting. So people in these 3 qualifiers are guaranteed a spot on PGF World 7, November 3rd through 9th, I believe, about that. Coming up this season, which should be phenomenal yet again, even better. I don't know what you're talking about, Josh. But we'll go to the point of, here's the thing, that even if you don't win these, if you do show out, as they say, if you do show you're super exciting, you have a shot at being possibly an at-large invite, because he might be saving 1 or 2 of those, spots on the PGF World 7, 20-man roster for people that are exciting that people see during the qualifiers. But also, we also know the reserves, the replacement players. All right, that it's legit. Somebody gets injured, or multiple people get injured every season at the PGF. And we saw Dane Leake, substitute in for David Evers on Team X Marshall, and he went home with some bank. He put in some good matches, made some points for his team, and you know what? He went in there with no guaranteed money, and he went away with thousands of dollars. So you know what? Like I said, sign up and show out. And you know what? If you're lucky, maybe you'll win. If not, maybe Egghead will wrist lock you. Either way, we'll be talking about you.
So, what's your plan? Are you planning on going in to win it, or are you planning on going to show out?
Well, that's the same plan, really, because if you're really a
You ever heard
PGF
of Vince
fan,
Carter?
if you're a PGF fan,
Into the rim. He's gonna be the guy under that.
thank you. So here's the thing: it's either come back with your shield or come back on it. That's the way of the Spartans. So if you're going to go out to the freaking PGF qualifiers, I do not just get a takedown and stay on top position and be boring as hell. You're doing disservice to yourself, to the fans, to the PGF. All right, I'm going to try my best to submit from any position I'm in. I have some strategies. I'm not revealing them here. Crazies, come on, I'm not doing that. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to do my damn bestest to win every match possible. Now, at the same time, yes, I am not a spring chicken. Understood.
So you're not going to show out. You're just going to.
No. These are 2 different things. You're saying. I'm an analyst as well, so I know my probability.
How about this? How about you cut through the fucking alley instead of going around the block and just tell us?
I'm gonna do my damnedest to win every match.
Is you is or is you ain't.
I'm gonna do my damnedest to win every match as soon as possible. Okay, but there's actuarial tables involved here. So I understand that. But yes, I'm going to bring all the 20-pound brainage and all my time training, and I'm going to do my damnedest to win every damn match.
Thank
Just
you.
having a 20-pound brain leaves you a little bit open for front headlocks and stuff if you get leaned forward.
Only if you're a wrestler.
You know,
I haven't been a wrestler for 28 years.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be like pretty, like, you know what I'm saying?
Physics
You
is
know, one of
hard.
those rams or whatever, right? You just start going head first in the shit. You can't help it.
It's okay. I've changed my subatomic elements, my quarks, etc. So I'm more balanced now.
Let's go. I'm ready for X-Men Egg.
Oh man,
Full
I can't
send.
wait to see this. This is gonna be epic.
Oh, he's really
mean-
doing no. This dude, you thought that was a game, Josh. That's why nobody said anything that night. That shit was not a game. That was real. That was not kayfabe. He was for real, for real. He's going in. He's
Hey,
gonna,
Josh,
he's gonna feel it one way or the
Yeah,
other.
Josh. So if you
Gotta respect
want to
it.
be his partner out in Vegas,
Gotta
Go
respect.
out
it.
Well, he lives where I used to live, so I mean it's a much bigger drive/flight for him. Whereas I got about 6.5 hour drive, so it'll be not fun, but I can do it.
all right.
No,
so
I really. Hey, here's the thing. You know, it's like Theodore Roosevelt said. It's not the critic who counts, right? So guess what? I've been the critic. At least I can throw my hat in the ring. I was bummed when I found out after the fact that season 2 was a weight I couldn't make. But I can make 205. It's not gonna be great, or it's not gonna be fun. But I got enough time where I can make it pretty reasonably.
listen. What happens if you win?
If I win,
Uh-huh.
y'all better shut the fuck up and give me my flowers. That as you like to say, you better give me some.
Never.
I want some orchids. I want multicolored roses. Some chrysanthemums.
I'm gonna tell you, just like I tell my students every day, I'm gonna talk shit either way. I don't care if you do good or you do bad. I don't care if you make up something new and it works out great or it works out bad. I don't care. I'm gonna talk shit either way. That way we have the same like ecosystem going all the time. You always know how I feel about you. And if I'm not doing that, that means I don't like you, probably.
That's the center man law right there.
So that's
we're
what I'm
not
saying.
talking smack.
I'm never gonna stop though. That's the biggest thing.
So win or lose, you're still fucked.
Always. Can't be me.
I mean, we already talked about this. If for some reason I cannot get a submission in 6 minutes, which we already know is very hard, because even the best competitors do not have 100% submission rate. If it goes to a commission decision, we know the answer. Egghead, get off the damn mats and get behind the freaking commentary table. Aye, boss.
I'm gonna send.
I don't
them
know.
a
Brandon
quick
likes
message.
views, man. He may want to.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna send them a quick message just to see if we can get a response in the next few minutes.
I want to send out an invite here. I want to see this 20-something times.
No.
Got me thinking about this
illusions.
entertainment here. We want to get the fans involved, right? Egg is the
I'm
number
a
one fan we talk
45-year-old
about,
baby
right?
purple belt.
We just let him join the
so
season. Just
we'll see-
just have
we'll
that
see how
one
this
fan
works.
there every season. One regular person can join the PGF every season. Will it be you this time?
I could be the new Mike Johnson of the PGF.
Ooh. Okay.
How's that make you feel?
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about it?
No, I mean I'm just
We're here for
a historical commentary on dads in the PGF named certain things.
Listen, some dads in the PGF.
And believe me, I'm not calling out Mega Mike because Mega Mike is mega. I don't want to mess with that.
In the playoffs.
Well, do they have kids in college?
I don't have to ask the other dudes. Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
So anyway, no, yes,
It's gonna be fun. Is that September 28th, Egg? That's the Las Vegas qualifier for you.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna have to try to figure out
I-
how to get out there for that. I'm gonna be on the commentary team that day.
Man,
The
I
boys
am
may throw
so hyped for
t-shirts or
that shit.
something.
it'll be fun. You know, uh, again, that gives me enough time to get here, get settled, do my work, and get that like 3-day weekend maybe off, type of thing, and get out there. Get to training again out here. So
Yeah, man.
we'll see.
The commission did respond. If you wanna
I
hear
mean,
that.
you laugh so hard. I mean, we have to hear.
I said, if Egg wins the qualifier in Vegas, who's his replacement? We're live talking. He said, he gave me a list, actually.
Oh shoot, he's already
Well,
thought
He's
about
like,
it.
this is, yeah, he's thought about it. He said, this is my list so far. Jim Ross, Marv Albert, Dick Vitale, Jim Brown, David Letterman. So you are replaceable, bro. So
I mean,
I
that's
want you-
rarefied air. I mean, so he picked out some
Bro.
big names, and so
Dog.
that just made me
I
feel
need
really
you-
nice. It made
I
me
need
feel
you to
really-
win. I need you to win because I would love to see Jim Ross being in your spot.
My God.
Fans?
Oh,
Today
that was a slobber knocker. And then his music starts playing when he's coming out. Come on, Jim Ross. That's a legend. Calling the action in the PGF with TJ DeSantis and Brandon. That'd be cool.
My God, he jumped off the couch.
No, he worked,
Oh, sorry,
he worked
said,
with,
"Get
he
out
worked
of
with
here."
Morrow a
Done.
lot.
He's
That was-
done. He's
he
dead
did
to
with
us.
Morrow.
Mara Ranallo? Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be kind of cool. Where's he at?
That's that. Like they worked together though. JR did with him. Now, I was thinking that maybe he had already worked with TJ, but I don't think so. I think it was just Morrow.
Okay.
Dude, JR would be dope.
Yeah.
Even
bro.
just to have around to talk about talking.
Bro, how awesome would that be?
Listen, I'm telling you guys, like sitting there and having like Eddie there during the season and like between like things or like before whatever, when like just random conversation with him about some stuff, he'd say some things, or like, have you tried this? And it's like, oh, I'll try it, and it's like, oh shit, that was good. And it's like that was, and he'd come back up and say, oh, you tried the thing, that was cool. I like that, like that worked really well. Maybe try it like this instead though. And I was like, all right, I'll see what that goes like, And so just having people that have shows experience that like have an eye or an ear for certain things, man, that could be nothing but helpful to have like those kinds of people around. And even if the advice isn't always taken or whatever, like the energy or whatever that is kind of carries again into the shows or whatever. So like, dude, anybody like that for sure would be dope. And I would say, Brandon, I would request him over Egg anyway if you can get JR. You know what I'm saying? Makes the season or not. I'm just I love you. I love you. We could put you on something else. Like you could be on the bullpen or like you could be the
Listen, bro, if you
back
don't
end
win,
or whatever.
we're gonna be upset at this point
We
because
could throw it
do
to you
want
for some
JR.
stats halfway through the show. Like, hey, let's
We
go to
want you
Egghead
on
for
that
5 seconds real quick before we come
Brother,
back to JR.
I'm going to try my damnedest, but just to the point out,
Please,
David
win.
Evers
Putting on my eggs in your
has
egg
pointed out that
basket.
he was the only
Me too.
hobbyist out there. I am also very much a hobbyist. As I
Nice.
have
Shut
Boy,
your
you better
mouth.
get
That's not
serious
the right
now.
mentality. You're coming in to win.
fucker.
Fuck them.
I got it, but I'm
I don't
also
like this
honest.
feeling that I
just
have
say it.
about your lack of intensity right here.
Yeah, just say fuck them.
This isn't the same egg that made the decree
Stay.
6 weeks ago.
Let's go.
I'm gonna do it. I'm not backing out. I'm freaking going out there. I'm gonna do my
Do it.
damnedest, and I'm gonna freaking try to take out every guy as
You're gonna
quick as I
win it.
freaking possibly
God
can.
damn, man. We're
Win.
trying to
I
hype
wanna
you
hear you
up,
say,
and
"I'm
you're
gonna
like
win this. I'm
failing
gonna win this."
miserably.
I'm not miserable, man.
Let's
I'm
go.
just-
Somebody's head off. I'm gonna come after
Talk
him.
some shit, bro. Tell them what you're gonna do.
against two.
Quasi, sound like
a head fight.
I have
I'm
no
gonna head
idea
fight him
about-
so hard.
Man,
Bro,
I'm gonna
Yeah,
wrist lock
better
all
watch
of them.
your
guys.
wrist.
Every one of them. I'm gonna wrist lock them.
There you go.
Oh, look at this. Hold on.
Oh
I
my
think you
God.
inspired somebody. I feel obligated to do the Nashville qualifier if the sir is out there.
Yeah.
Hey, bro,
Josh,
Go
do it,
for it.
man.
let's
Hey,
go.
here's
go.
the thing. What's the worst that can happen? You tap out. You show up, and you know what? I'm gonna put my hand in the ring.
No, that's not the worst thing that can happen.
I've seen other bad
Your
things
arm
happen.
broken. Yeah.
Okay. So if
Oh
if
man,
you're
I
more-
forgot about that. Fuck. Ah,
I'm sorry. What did you say?
ah, fuck.
Oh, with the
He's talking
dislocated
about
elbow.
the worst we've seen happen. Yeah.
Okay, I'm much
Oh.
love to our boy.
Hey,
Oh,
it's
about
not the
170.
size.
He's about 170, 175.
okay.
You a dog. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, Josh, probably not your season. But that once that size will come around though. And that's why I have to do this because, again, 205, I can make reasonably. It's not a big cut, and so I'm not gonna have monsters I'm facing. If I go over 205, I mean I don't want to go against monsters. So
You don't think anybody's going to be cutting down to get down to 205?
they'll be cutting down, but not like
Not a qualifier.
not like 35 pounds or anything like that because you have to make that same day. So people
But they
will
got
be cutting.
time to cut down.
Cutting and losing weight is two different things.
Yes. So I guess the point is, this is a striking distance weight class for me, and not like again.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Some insider information coming from the chat. Which qualifier is he going to, Josh? I asked this last on another show on the bullpen. I asked this if this was a possibility because I'm interested.
Where's he going?
I'm very interested, and I'm not trying to bother him myself, but I could ask him myself probably and get the answer. I just want to.
Nashville would make the most sense. It's easiest.
What? You mean you don't want to call him? We could call the jabroni.
You can.
Oh,
I'm just
yeah,
saying
we totally
Nashville
could.
makes a lot of sense because that's.
I just like speculating.
All right, fair enough. Let's speculate. If I'm going to speculate, he's going to show up to Nashville because that's the closest one to him.
Close to home, right?
Yeah, that's down the street.
Who have been some of the past winners of a Nashville qualifier? Do we have any names that we can think of?
Samson from about.
No.
Okay.
Dane Leak beat him.
Dane Leak. No. Yeah. Okay. But we found out about Samson from that.
No, exactly. He definitely. That's where he really showed out.
He showed out. He went to the finals though with Dane.
Kata Davis won that qualifier too. And I think she was number 2 in season 4. Nashville's always had a great qualifier. When their qualifiers always been awesome. Was that?
Did Carson win a Nashville one?
Big Ben.
He didn't win, but he did.
He won a couple of matches, I think.
Yeah, so he had some great matches there.
I need to hit him up, see how he's doing. I haven't talked to him.
Bro, I was talking.
Bro, he's looking good.
Yeah.
He's like 215.
Yeah, bro, he's
cool.
He's doing like a.
He's like 200 pounds or something like that.
So
hey, Carson.
Again,
he's like 200 pounds.
If I was Elijah,
That's like 205.
if I was Elijah and I wanted to assure my spot, we talked about this before, and it's not quite as quick a hit, but we talked about with season 5 was when Handsome Kevin went to Wetumpka for that first qualifier because it was a short, flash to bang there. That awesome qualify. I mean, it's only 36 days. People might be sleeping on it because we have all the ADCC, CJI stuff going on. Elijah's already said, hey, that's not my focus right now. He goes out to Austin, which I think he's been training out there not too long ago. I mean, he makes Austin a number of times. He goes out there and just says, hey, this is my freaking place. I'm the PGF man. He could set the tone right away. And also, if he did that, and for some reason somebody went to Austin, had benign this, and somehow beat him, he can always, hey, okay, lick my wounds, take a few weeks. Nashville's an easy trip. Boom, he's got a second one. That'd be a smart move. If I'm advising Elijah, I'd probably go to Austin and be in that Nashville for that second chance. Because all of those guys. Go ahead.
No, I did point out that it would be cool on Dream's show of when he was doing the bullpen. It'd be cool if Elijah showed up to Nashville because we know that Handsome Kevin is going to the Nashville qualifier. So that would be kind of fireworks to have these two PGF vets vying for a spot.
And Josh, no, he
This
wouldn't
season.
get an auto bid for this season because he didn't win the 205 season for our season 2.
Well, I thought that it was because they're trying to do away with having multiple people from the same team.
I
Well,
mean,
there's multiple
essentially that's
Yeah.
reasons.
it. But
Oh no.
if he had won that season though, then that wouldn't have been the argument because he would have been
Oh.
defending
That
as
all the
that
PGF
If you're the
champion.
champ.
defending
Right, but
title
since
I
he
thought-
owner,
wasn't
you get the auto bid.
that weight.
Yeah.
I thought that
see
comment
what
came
you're
in
saying.
after we said, "Well, what happened if someone beat Elijah?" I don't know if he was saying that.
No.
Oh,
I'm saying it's still not auto bid, but still,
that could be true.
timing came in too.
Yeah, Andy.
Oh,
Well, no, and
It's Hunter Colvin.
Hunter. Yeah,
Hunter won our
'Cause-
season. I don't know if he's coming back or not. Like, I don't know if they've talked to him or if he's confirmed or if any of that's happened or not for sure. But he's who won our season, so that's why in the lore, I guess, of the PGF that would be the thing. Even though Elijah's won so many other things and did so well, even in that season, I think he was the runner up in the playoffs that season. Is that right? In our season, he lost to Hunter in the
so
finale.
Andy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I
Andy
think so. I
would
think
get a-
Elijah
so,
only
I
lost.
think- yeah,
At that time, his only loss in the regular season and in the postseason were both to Hunter Colvin.
we're both to Hunter. That's right. So, like,
Yes.
if Hunter was interested, he would technically have
An
that
automatic bid. Yeah.
category,
Yep.
technically, according to what we've said through the commission and stuff like that. So,
And he's
so
exciting
yeah,
as can be. I mean, let's see the dude with the freaking bear paws come out there again. I mean, Steven, you've had him on you. Good Lord.
no,
that
for
guy's
sure.
freaking-
Dude's tough, man. He's really good. And so I'd like to see if he could do what he did last time again at this level of the season. Because last time, like he was like he was a level above pretty much all of us at that point. Like, whatever was wherever. I can't maybe speak to everybody else, however it was, but like even during when we had our match, like I kind of had an idea, I thought, of where he was going because he'd been running that same Kimura trap kind of thing on pretty much everybody. And he'd been wrestling pretty hard. And so I was like, all right, we're gonna wrestle a little bit. He's probably gonna want to like take me down and stuff, and then do whatever he did. But he immediately like pulled guard and that threw swept with a scissor sweep because I was like, oh crap, caught me off guard, in that way. And then went right to that Kimura trap system, got on my back, and was able to secure the finish. And I was just like, wow, okay, that's a different level than I'm used to like experiencing in live competition. Like, because nobody else even during the season did like that. Like Elijah caught me pretty quick with the leg lock, but it didn't feel like I was just like beaten, like Elijah caught me and I was like, oh man, that was stupid. But with Hunter, it was just like, damn, he's better. It was like a different kind of vibe.
Yeah, so I mean, it's why we nicknamed him the professional this
Mhm.
season. While there's some nice Photoshop work with him on the movie poster because
He was
he
very
just
serious,
was.
man. He was a professional, and if you guys were able to be in there in house every day, it was cool to be able to be there and to see how he was, preparing and how he was treating everything. Because a lot of people were taking it very light, and they weren't being very serious between matches or day to day and different things like that. Between the day after match, how you recover or whatever. A lot of people weren't doing that kind of stuff, and I could tell that he was also trying to treat it the way it should have been treated. He knew what was at stake. Personally for him, whether that was no money or whatever the PGF title was at that point, it was a personal thing for him to do this and prove that he could win it, his own thing, so he was very serious. He was very professional. It felt like during the thing, we did, have obviously some light moments about things like that, but he was definitely on his game for the whole week, which is super hard to do. So I would love to see him be able to get a shot if he's interested in it. For sure he will, I guess, get a shot back in it because I want to see it. Like, dude, again, just being such a fan of this thing makes it easy for me to do my job because I love it, and I'm a fan of all the guys that have came through and ran the gauntlet, like everybody likes to say, that put themselves out there and did the damn thing. So even Elijah, through it all, he's still game, and he'll still do, he'll play the game. So I want to see. I'd like to see him back into the season somehow, just because I want to see what happens. I'm just curious, but like we say, he's got to win one of these qualifiers, and I hope he can. I don't know, pick the right one to get over it, and get in there and throw a wrench into this thing again for one more season. That would be fun.
Man, I low key, I want to see him back in.
Listen, we're all homers. We're all
Yeah.
super homers, in that way. So like, it's tough. And after last season, guys that weren't, guys that we thought were going to be our people became our people, during that season as well. So like, it's going to happen again this time. Somebody that we didn't expect to come in and be with the PGF spirit is going to express that through what they're doing, and we're going to see, see all that stuff again, which is what makes it all special, right? So that's again circling back to the experience. Like I wish there was a way to really tap into what we get and what we as the athletes get, and we as the staff or whatever gets from being there to translate to the people, right? Because it's super hard. It's super hard to understand like what it is every day to day while you're in there, if you're only at home watching it, because you probably went to work all day, and then there's 4 hours of matches going on. You got to get ready for tomorrow, and maybe you didn't get to catch it live, so you're just kind of scrolling through things and trying to like keep up with it best you can, which is fair and understandable. It's not exactly the same, and you don't feel the PGF feeling, you know what I'm saying? So like I want to figure out whatever that is and try to like push that on through to everybody else somehow.
But that's where the Grapplers documentary that Keelan did.
And maybe that's right. Yeah,
that helps
right.
bridge the gap. So I mean, like I've actually had a number of training partners.
That's right.
And the gym I just left, very traditional. Like, man, I was on YouTube and I heard this guy, and they called him Egghead. Like, wait a second, that's XYZ. Yeah, but that's me.
It's Frank.
Yeah, exactly. Frank the Tank. Raw. But the point is like, but they actually really loved it, and they watched it like, oh man, this is so amazing. I'm gonna start watching all the prior seasons, and and now they're fans. So to your point, it's still not the same, but it's a little bit of methadone, perhaps. To the true high that we get, because there is nothing like actually being there for the season, being in place. I mean, hey, here's a crazy thing, guys. I mean, you go get some PGF NFTs from season 3. You get the right levels. You can be one of the hoi polloi. You can get one of those seats on those couches. They are out there. So that's one thing that people. And if you want more information about that, hit up Brandon. Brandon at brandonmc.ninja.
I got some.
Yeah. I got some, and you ain't getting them from me. Nope. You're not taking mine.
Cash out. I'm ready to cash out. Send me some thousands, a couple $1,000. You can have them.
I think it's safe to say that if you're an athlete and you go through a PGF season, we're gonna claim you, because all these guys that come through, we definitely we get behind them for sure. I mean, even after the PGF, a lot of these guys that are coming in, I don't even know some of these guys. But after the season is done, we know who they are. We know what kind of people they are. They're always been so amazing. Just
DeWeese,
for the fact,
Matthew DeWeese was a table worker at ADCC Open in Orlando, and I was like, for several matches, I was like, this guy is so familiar. He just looks so familiar. Man, I think I know this guy, but I don't know where. And then finally, like towards the end of the day or whatever, finally like asked him, hey man, what was your name? And he told me again. I was like, oh my God, dude. I thought you were familiar, but like seeing you in like an ADCC like polo shirt and like regular pants, trying to look like a semi-professional person is not the guy that I'm used to, So that was really like, it's just funny seeing people like in a different setting, it sometimes throws you off, even though it's still a jiu-jitsu setting. He wasn't the same guy that was there, all season at season 5. He was professional, trying to do like a serious job instead of being an athlete, that week.
But to the point, if you do a PGF season as an athlete, you are part of the fraternity. You're somewhat of a made man for the Cosa Nostra. You have a special place in the hearts of all of the PGF fans. We've had blue belts get sponsorships. We've had blue belts even getting super fights where they get championship matches. I mean, people have opportunities galore. We've always talked about this. The fact is, every competitor that makes the final roster PGF World Season gets 12 matches. All that film. And we just saw it on smoothcomp.tv where you go to PGF World Season 6, you can pull up every competitor's matches by their name, easily see them, compare them, and it's just instant highlights. I mean, it's a resume. You want to like catapult yourself onto the scene. Hey, show out during PGF World Season, and you will be there, my friend. So it's an exciting opportunity for anyone that really wants to make this a part of their life, and even for people that want to just like not just be damn critics and just throw their hat in the ring. It's an amazing opportunity. But hey, if you're out there and you're a competitor, you like getting after it, and you say, you know what, why not me? Why can't you do it? Go to a damn qualifier. It's free. You got to sleep on the couch with somebody. Hey, go drive a few hours, sleep on the couch, hop a quick Frontier flight or whatever the hell you got to do, sleep on the couch, go camp in a damn park like, Nick Creighton, the Minnesota Maniac did. And guess what? He showed out and he made a name for himself. So, hey, throw down the gauntlet, guys. Freaking show us what you got.
Yeah, don't be
Come
a bitch.
forth and don't be scared, homie.
On that note, we're out of here. We went a little over today, but we had a good time, hung out, got to talk to my boys.
I missed
And
you
we'll
all,
catch-
man. I mean, been on the road. It sucked. I missed you all.
Hey, shout out to the Savannah Bananas for
For
having
real.
our boy.
Thank you guys again. So much fun.
And we'll catch
Anytime.
you maybe next week if we do another one. Peace. Adios, muchachos.